and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you about the pre-op stage of having weight loss surgery, which is called the liver reduction diet. So I filmed a what I eat in a day on the liver reduction diet, so we'll come on to that in the second half of this video. But first of all, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what the liver reduction diet is, why we do it, what it looks like, just to give you a bit of understanding so that if you were looking to have the surgery, or you are having it soon, or if someone you know is having it, or if you're just a little bit interested in the process, you can get a bit of an idea. So just for context, I had my surgery a week or so ago. I filmed obviously the what I eat in a day clips before surgery, but I wanted to finish the whole of the liver reduction diet process so that I could talk to you about it as a whole rather than just picking a day in the process to talk to you. But I am actually like a week and a half post-op right now in this section of the video, and I just want to say a massive thank you to all of your support on my announcement video where I told you all that I was having the surgery, because honestly, like, that was a little bit of a scary thing for me to share publicly, and I am just so overwhelmed by the support that you all gave me. So honestly, just thank you so much. Like, it was so reassuring and just so lovely. I got quite emotional reading all the comments as they were coming in. So thank you so much to all of you. And as I said in that video, I'm going to be filming this process for you as much as I can, documenting every part of it. So I think the next surgery video you'll see is my surgery day video, and then after that I'll be doing regular updates so that we can check in and see how the process is doing, seeing the weight loss and if things are working, what I'm struggling with, what I'm noticing, just to keep you updated of the process and share that journey with you. I will be doing a Q&A as well at some point soon, so if you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments below. So if you are wanting to know more about weight loss surgery, particularly the gastric bypass, because that's the procedure I had, or if you are interested in plus size fashion and just lifestyle vlogging in general, then please do subscribe and stick around. I upload every Wednesday and Saturday, and I would love to have you. So let's jump into the purpose of this video. I just wanted to explain, because you know, part of this video was filmed in the past, a part of it's filmed now. Just wanted to clear all that up. So the LRD diet, the liver reduction diet, is something that I believe most people have to go through before having any kind of weight loss surgery. I'm not sure if everyone does, but everyone I've spoken to or like followed the journey of has gone through the diet. And I think different surgeons put different people on it for different lengths of time, depending on maybe your weight or health conditions. I think there's a whole variety of things that go into the decision of how long you're going to be on this diet for, but I was on it for 2 weeks, which I'm not going to lie, I'm grateful for, because I could not have done it for longer. It wasn't the hardest thing in the world, but it wasn't easy. So before I talk to you about my experience, I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about what the purpose of the diet is, and I've screenshotted something that I thought explained it quite well, so I'm just going to read that to you. So the LRD diet is based on low energy, so low calories, and in particular low carbohydrates and low fat. By following a liver shrinkage diet, your body will be forced to use up all the stored carbohydrates or glycogen from the liver. The glycogen and a quantity of water will leave the liver, and therefore the liver will shrink and become softer, more flexible and easier to move during surgery. During the keyhole surgery, the liver has to be moved out of the way to access the stomach lying beneath it, and for most people having bariatric surgery, they are often going to have a large fatty liver, which can cause difficulties for keyhole surgery. So the idea is that this diet makes your liver softer, easier and safer to maneuver during the surgery so that the surgeons can access your stomach, and it's a preventative step to make the surgery as safe as it can possibly be. So I do know that every clinic and surgeon has a different set of rules around the LRD diet, so I'll give you an insight into mine, but please know, if you are going through this, the most important thing is that you follow the advice of your surgeon and your clinic. Never follow someone else's as advice because your surgeon will have it set up for the way that they like to work. So just because I had this set LRD diet doesn't mean you would have the same, but it gives you a bit of an idea. So there were two options that I could take. One was the all liquid diet, and I tried that for one day and it was not for me. This consisted of 3 or 4 meal replacement shakes a day, depending on which brand you took, depends on whether you had 3 or 4. I found that incredibly difficult. I do not like I've never liked meal replacements or protein shakes or anything like that. I just don't like it. So I did do it one day when I was out and about and I couldn't really access cooking, because you really need to be able to cook everything yourself on my diet anyway. So yeah, I did that one day and I was like, no, I cannot do that again. So I stuck to the food plan, and I'm just going to read to you from my food plan. As I said, don't take this as this is what your food plan would look like, because every surgeon has their different one. I've seen some people have quite drastically different, but the key principles remain the same. It's usually between 800 and 1,000 calories a day, low carbohydrate, low fat. They're sort of the main principles. So I'll just tell you about mine. I just need to open it up because my brain is still I'm getting there. I'm recovering from surgery, but my brain is still a bit foggy. So in the mornings, I could choose from 1 medium slice white bread, just one, or 2 protein Weetabix, 30 grams of porridge oats, 30 grams of Special K, 2 Ryvita crisp breads, or 100 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt. I tended to pick between the Special K and the oats. That's what worked for me. Lunch and dinner are exactly the same, so you get to pick one protein from the list, which is 100 grams of firm tofu, 75 grams of grilled skinless chicken breast, 120 grams of grilled white fish, or 2 large eggs. And then you need to pick 2 vegetables per lunch and dinner from the following list. So my options were 50 grams of cauliflower, 6 cherry tomatoes, 50 grams of broccoli, 50 grams of courgette, 4 large lettuce leaves, and 50 grams of cucumber. So lunch and dinner they're the same options. You get 1 fruit a day, so your options were 100 grams of raspberries, 100 grams of strawberries, 1 small banana, 1 satsuma, or 10 grapes. And then you need to pick 1 milk sauce and 1 yogurt sauce. So the milk options were 285 millilitres of skimmed milk, or 285 millilitres of soya milk or almond milk. And for yogurts, I could choose from a Muller Lite 0% fat yogurt, 100% fat-free Greek yogurt, or 100 grams of soya yogurt. So you could have something like flavouring things like herbs and spices, OXO cubes, that sort of thing to spice up your meals. And I had to take a vitamin each day, a multivitamin, and have 2 litres of water, which I could add like sugar-free squash to. So to me, that was much, much easier than an all liquid diet. So I focused on the food version of the diet because as I said, I just couldn't cope with the liquids. I was surprised that I wasn't as hungry as I thought I would be. I thought I would be starving. I thought I would be like keeled over, just in pure hunger. And do not get me wrong, I was always somewhat hungry. And don't get me wrong, I was always somewhat hungry, but I was never starving, which kind of surprised me. I do really, really, really want to point out, really strongly, you should not follow this diet unless your surgeon tells you to. This is not healthy. This is not sustainable. I cannot stress this to you enough. This is not a healthy, sustainable way to lose weight. The purpose of this diet was not to lose weight, it was to shrink the liver. So please, please, please do not follow this diet if you have not been told to by your clinician, your surgeon, your medical team. Do not follow this diet, it's not safe. It's a very temporary measure for a specific purpose. So yeah, I was surprised that I wasn't as hungry as I thought I would be. The bit that I struggled with was my energy levels. I'd be okay in the morning and then I'd start drifting in the afternoon, and then by 4 or 5 I was done. I was so exhausted. There were a couple of nights where I was just so tired. I had a little cry. It's an emotional experience. You're preparing for surgery, which is scary in itself, and you're making these massive changes and you're cutting your diet so drastically without yet having the tool of had surgery. So it's an emotional period. It was for me anyway. So I did have a couple of nights where I got a little bit teary, but I did find towards the end of the second week my energy levels were increasing, so I wonder if my body was just getting used to it. So it was an interesting experience. It's not one that I'm ever want to have to repeat. I'm so glad it was a very temporary situation because it got boring as well. The vegetables on the list weren't exactly my favorite vegetables to eat. The 75 grams of chicken is so small, and I did find myself getting a bit more inventive towards like the mid to end of the process. Like at first I was just having like cooked broccoli, cooked tomatoes and cooked chicken, and towards the end you'll see I started to mix in some of the spices and ingredients and really try and flavour the food. Towards the end of the second week I swapped out my routine and moved towards using lettuce, which I hadn't been using, because I actually found that like having a chicken, cucumber, lettuce salad with some lemon juice on was actually a lot more enjoyable than what I had been doing. So I wish I'd have done that earlier. I think it would have made it easier. So I hope that helps to explain a little bit about what the diet is and why we do it. If you have any questions about the LRD diet, please do comment them down below and I will do my best to help you out. But as I've said, please do not follow this diet if you haven't been told to by your medical team. And also if you've been told to follow a different diet to what I've just talked about by your medical team, please follow their advice because every clinic has their own methods. So I'm gonna whiz you back to probably a week and a half ago and show you what I ate in a day on the LRD diet. Hi guys, so it's the morning. I haven't brushed my hair. I am in my banana pajamas. If anyone can remember that video where I was so excited about bananas and pajamas, let's comment a banana below. But it is time to make breakfast. So the first thing that I do is measure out my milk for the day. I have to have 285 millilitres of milk. So I measure it out in a jug each morning, pop the jug in the fridge, and then I just use that throughout the day. And then for breakfast today, I'm gonna have some porridge. So the milk I have to have is skimmed milk, not the most exciting kind of milk that there is. So I tend to just use my scales to measure it because I find it a bit more accurate than trying to figure out where the line is. So, hopefully I've got enough in here. I need to go and buy some more milk. I need 275. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I got a bit too excited there. Let me fix this. There we go. I got it on the dot. Oh no, 285, duh. I've been doing this for over a week. You'd think I would have it, oh, come on. Tiny drop. Can't do it. There we go. 285 mils of milk. Then it's time to weigh my oats. So I've just been using these Scottish porridge oats from Asda, and I get 30 grams of oats. So let's see if I can do this one-handed. Yeah, I don't think I can. 1 second. So I made a bit of a mess, but I did it. So I've got my oats, and now I'm just gonna add a bit of milk. I usually just eyeball it and pop about that much milk. I don't need to measure it because I've got my milk measured out for the day, so I know what I can have. Then I'm going to add a little bit of sweetener and pop this in the microwave for about 1.5 minutes and clean up all this mess that I just made. So this is my porridge. It doesn't look the most exciting. I had to add a little bit more milk because I underestimated the milk. But to be honest, breakfast is my favourite meal of the day. If you can hear something in the background, that's Adam. Say hi, Adam. Yeah, breakfast is my favourite meal of the day because I get to have like a bit of cereal or some porridge. Carbs. It's just carbs, guys. I am missing the carbs, so I very much enjoy my breakfast. So I'm going to eat this before it gets cold. I forgot how much I like porridge, so yeah, I'm going to go enjoy this and I'll see you at lunch. I'll probably have a coffee as well. So I'll use some of my milk allowance and have a big coffee to give me a bit of energy. My energy levels are normally pretty good the first half of the day. So yeah, I'll check in with you at lunchtime. I'm back, it's lunchtime. I look a little bit different to how I looked before. I have just filmed a Boohoo haul. You will have seen it a couple of weeks ago by the time this goes up, but if you haven't, I'll link it for you. I don't normally film like morning lunch times. I'm definitely an afternoon evening filmer. My hand is aching already. But from the past week of doing this diet, I know that come 3-4 o'clock, I'm done. My energy levels do not pick up for pretty much the rest of the day. And I wanted to get a couple of things filmed today because I'm going to be taking a couple of weeks off filming whilst I recover, or like filming clothing hauls. Like I'll be vlogging and stuff, but I won't be doing like big videos like that. So I wanted to get that done today. So now I am hungry. It's like 2:15. It's time for some lunch. I'm gonna like prop you on the microwave because my arm was aching. So for lunch, I usually make something with eggs, and today I'm gonna make some scrambled eggs and have a side of cucumber. I am meant to have 2 of the vegetables with each meal, but my dietitian said that I can, as long as I eat the food, it doesn't matter when I eat it. So I normally have 1 vegetable now, 2 with dinner, and then 1 as a snack before, like in the evening before bed. So I'm just gonna make some scrambled eggs and a little side of cucumber. Nothing too elaborate, nothing too exciting, but it is what it is. At least I love scrambled eggs. I love scrambled eggs. So that feels like an easy thing. My hunger levels at this point, like I am constantly a certain level of hungry throughout this diet, but I haven't really been starving. Like I've had 1 or 2 moments where I've been like, oh, I'm really hungry, but I've never been like starving. It's more my energy levels that I struggle with. So yeah, let's cook some eggs. I feel like I'm looking a bit crazy from this angle. Okay, scrambled eggs. So I've just cracked 2 large eggs into a jug ready to whisk. I'm gonna pop in some of this garlic and chili salt to give it a bit of flavour. I had been adding in some milk. Like I would normally add butter, but I can't. So I had been adding some of my milk in to use some of my milk allowance up, but I found that it was making it watery and I wasn't enjoying it, whereas I love scrambled eggs. So I'm just gonna go with eggs and a bit of spice, cook that up and eat it. So I'm just giving it a really good whisk. And before I actually start cooking this, I'm gonna chop up my cucumber. So I get 50 grams of cucumber, which is what that looks like. So I'll chop that up and have it on the side of my scrambled eggs. I would not normally have scrambled eggs and cucumber, but you know, we've gotta do what we gotta do. So just cook up my eggs. Get every last drop. You have to not be wasting any food when your diet is so restricted. So yeah, I'm just gonna cook this up and I'll show you when it's finished. I'm sure you do not need to watch me making scrambled eggs. It's very basic, even for me. So I'll show you when it's all done. So this is my lunch. I've got my cucumber chopped up and my scrambled eggs. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this before it gets cold and I'll see you at dinner time. Okay, so it's a bit later in the day. I think it's about 4:30, 5 o'clock. And I'm getting a little bit peckish. So I'm going to have my yogurt. I fluctuate between having this before and after dinner, depending on how hungry I get. So I've got a Muller Lite smooth toffee. These take me back to my Slimming World days. If you know, you know. So normally I would not be looking forward to this, but right now a little toffee yogurt is a treat. So I eat it as slowly as I can just to get like maximum satisfaction, but also to get used to some of the habits that I'm going to need post-surgery, because you do have to eat really slowly, especially in the beginning. So it's probably a good thing. But yeah, this is probably a highlight of the day. It'll all be worth it in the end. But yeah, I can't say in normal times I would ever look forward to a Miller Lite, but I'm gonna go and enjoy it. So it's a couple of hours later again, and it's dinner time. So for dinner, I get to have 75 grams of chicken breast with 2 vegetables of choice. So I'm going for 6 cherry tomatoes and 50 grams of broccoli, I think it is. I'll check before I make it. But I think what I'm gonna do tonight, because I'm just getting a little bit bored, is I'm allowed to use Oxo Cube. So I'm thinking of mixing in some Oxo Cube with the tomatoes to turn it into a bit more of a like sauce, mush them up and cook them like that. Spread them on the chicken, make it something more exciting, and then broccoli. So yeah, not the most exciting, but I'll show you what it looks like. So these are my ingredients. I've got my broccoli, tomatoes and chicken. I'm gonna cook it all up and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. So it doesn't look that appealing, but this is my like tomato concoction. So it's got tomatoes with some herbs and like a quarter of a chicken stock cube. So hopefully this will be nice. I'm gonna mix the chicken in with it and hopefully it'll be better than the plain like chicken and tomatoes that I've been having. So I'm not a big tomato fan. So hopefully the OXO cube will like give it a bit of flavour, so we'll see. So this is what it all looks like when it's done. I've just given it all a bit of a mix because plain broccoli with nothing is interesting. So yeah, let me give this a little taste test and I'll tell you what I think. Okay, let's get a bit of chicken and tomato. Would I say this is my favourite thing in the world? No. Would I say this is a million times better than the past few days where I've just been having like plain chicken? Hi Adam. Plain chicken with tomatoes and broccoli. That's just been like, yeah. So yeah, this is definitely a little bit better. So I'm gonna eat this. And then I'll show you my little snack and then I'll be done for the day. So it's pretty much the end of the day and I'm just having my last bit of food for the day. So I've got 10 grapes and 50 grams of cucumber, and then I'm gonna have a decaf cup of tea, finish the rest of the milk that I've got, and then that's me done for the day. Another day of the LRD diet done. 5 days of the LRD diet and then I'm done and it's time for surgery. So that's everything that I eat in a day on the LRD diet. As I probably said in the introduction, every day is a variation of sort of similar ingredients. I try and swap it up here and there to keep it a little bit interesting, but there's only so much you can do with the very, very limited list of ingredients. But I have got 5 days left to go till surgery now, so I'm looking forward to the LRD being done. It's not been fun, it's not been as bad as I thought it would be, but it's been not fun. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it useful, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.